Hey everyone, Papercut here with another replay review. This time we are with Oliva94. They messaged me on my Discord asking if I could check out this game. They are a they are Plat 3 player, basically almost Diamond, Plat 3 player. They are an avid Japanese enjoyer, but they struggle with Japan. So they asked me on my coaching Discord if I could check out this replay, which if you're interested as well, I give everyone one free replay review. And of course, I also do coaching. You can check out that link in the description below this video. So let's get into it. I'm going to speed it up a little bit here. For those of you who've never watched a replay review before, it's not casting. I'm not here trying to develop the game and go game speed. I like to skip through parts and look for certain things. So in this early game part, I like to discuss scouting and also what your goal should be in this matchup. So you are going to go early TC upgrade or 2 TC. I assume the early TC upgrade. And I'm guessing you're going to try to fast castle. So let's talk about this matchup against French. Generally in this matchup, I view this as almost fast castle reliant. The reason being is that their feudal mass is just much better than your feudal mass. You have some special units in feudal. You have samurai, you have Onaba Geisha. You can get one knight by upgrading your TC and getting the katana bannerman. Or the Uma Bannerman, but the problem is that them just getting a lot of knights kills anything you want to do. Now, you could hypothetically fight this by doing mass spears and mass horsemen. Especially in the pro scout meta, there is some validity to the fact that you don't want to just let French pro scout all your deer. One thing they'll try to do is if you rush castle, they'll put on some nominal pressure, but they will be stealing your deer during that process when you age up, you're low on food. I get that. You have two ways you can deal with that. One is you just let them pro scout your deer and you rush castle anyway with the belief that you can use berries to survive, you'll get free farms, and that you can use your knights and pressure and do counter damage and basically make up for the loss of sheep. Your other option is you play it out. You open spears, you make a lot of spears, and you have to make a lot of spears because you always want to keep about a 2 to 3 spear count versus every knight that they have. And then when they start adding in archers, you add in horsemen and you just try to overwhelm them. And then you still, in my opinion, want to get to castle, but you overwhelm them by just making lots of units. And then you defend your pro scouts with spearmen and with horsemen, and you stop them from getting your deer, which you haven't even identified yet, but we're looking for that. The problem with this is that you have to, it is a harder way to play. I guess you could say it is the more correct way, but the issue being is that it's difficult. It's micro intensive, it's macro intensive because you have to make sure you're consistently making units correctly. First, a couple notes here. I wouldn't make the stable and the barracks in the back like this. The reason being is this is where you want your prime farm spots to be. A big part of Japan, especially if this game goes long, is a nice farming economy around your manor. So I would put the barracks and the stables forward, and left this space for future farms. You got the Uma Bannerman, you've made some spears, and now you're making an outpost. You're kind of watching, so you're trying to wall to stop him from getting the deer. Okay. You gotta send the spears over. Okay, already, so a couple things. First, you cannot just send 4 vills over here solo. Oh, here are the knights. Actually, this is okay then because the knights are over here. But still, I don't know if I would have felt so confident sending my villagers over against French, because one knight you're losing 2 to 3 to 4 vills. Two, you notice how he already has 2 knights and you have only 2 spears, and you do have an Uma Bannerman, but that's just not enough spearmen. The thing we have to consider is he pro scouting? He's not. He got everything else, but he's not pro scouting. Fascinating. He's going 2 TC, bro. This is an old style French player. But first, he makes a knight every 29 seconds, and you get a spearman every 15 seconds. So you should be able to double them up. You should have 4 spearmen here. Now you drop the stable and you have an Uma Bannerman. My question to you is why? Why are you doing this at this point when you could have just had more spearmen, which is better? 2, you really want to, if you're gonna do this style where you're kind of like making units and dueling it out, I get you want the Uma Bannerman to raid, but you really need your scout with them. For 2 reasons. 1, you don't want your Bannerman to just run into a group of knights and die. 2, a scout with the Uma Bannerman ensures that you are... Oh, are you following in here? Oh, never mind. You're with them. But you really want to continuously scout the French player. there's a few things you're looking for. First, you want to find when they start adding archer, so you know starting in horseman. 2, does he do something like go second TC? Because if we go second TC, which is about to do, you want to rush castle. Like that's your opening to rush castle and just do mass knights and really try to hurt him. If he's all in you, my suggestion is you rush castle and you actually go. He has a lot of knights. You actually want to go, Onimusha. Because you can't make enough knights to match his knight mass, so you needed to make Onimusha to snipe his knights and kind of run away. But here's the thing. This Diamond Manor upgrade is really important if you want to duel it. If you want a fast castle, I honestly suggest that you should have just done a normal age up, dropped a tower or 2 towers, and just rush your age up, and then drop the whatever building best fits the situation. If he's pure knights, Onimusha, even if he's knight archer Onimusha, or you could also just pure spears, but that's slower. I guess the point being is this is slowing you down. Like if you're trying to fast castle, this entire thing you did is slowing you down, though you might get a safer castle. There's a chance that if he's all in you, you've just bought him more time to make a better mass. The point about fast casting against an all-in is that while they're making units, you can fast castle and then make just enough units to push them back, especially if their timing's not very good. Did you lose a Vil? No, you lost 1 spear. Okay, you need to make more spears. Because you don't know at this point if he's making more knights, you need more spears. I'd also upgrade the tower. Oh, you caught him on deer. You caught him on deer. My man. No. No. He's making his 1 Vil on stone. You caught him, dude. There was 8 Vils. So I know I bet you shift clicked their movement. You did. Which to the gold makes sense. But here's the thing. If they're not pro scouting, being on the food is the most likely thing. French players need to be on deer because they need that extra food to make units. And so checking deer first is a really big idea. Now, you don't see the deer on the map, so I guess the hypothetical is he pro scouted that. But here's how you know he didn't pro scout the deer. Are you ready? This is a key tip to anybody. If they pro scouted the deer, the icon would be gone on the minimap. But since the icon is on the minimap, it means the deer are dead, but still laying there. So there's a chance he's pro scouting it, run by and check. But instead, you would have seen if you just looked at your minimap, you would have seen an orange dot would suggest there is a mill, which means there's villagers here, and this would have been a huge get. One of the best ways to slow down a French player is doing these little raids. I would do it with horsemen because I don't like doing the Diamond Manor upgrade against an all-in like this, but you could have done horsemen as well. Raiding their food is huge, followed by raiding their gold. But man, you had them wide open, brother. Big hit. Pop. Pop. 1. Uh-oh, now you're losing Vils on your side. Oh, you're trading Vils. You're killing so many Vils here. Oh my god. He doesn't see. He doesn't see. He doesn't see. But you're losing Vils too. Oh no. So this is the issue of the style you're playing now. Since you decided to kind of make units and do this slower castle, you're reliant on your sheep amounts. You're running out of sheep. So you have to do bears which are forward, or you have to do deer which are behind. And so I think what you need to do is secure this with walls, but you don't have any more spears. You have 2 spears, so you really like your livelihood, you living is dependent on you walling this, and then secure. If you can secure these 2 food sources, you were golden. But man, you cannot be on the front bears when he has knights like this. That is so dangerous. Like the big thing about surviving pressure from knights or keshiks or things like that is doing what you did here at first, which is he attacked from this side, so you walled the opposite side. Great. Once you make enough spears, you then need to try to wall the other side, and then you're avoiding putting your villagers in too many spots. So with the tower secure, you know these villagers are safe. So now your only exposed villagers are the wood line. But the second you send these villagers out to the berries, now they're exposed and they're in danger, and that's not good news. Pro tip, they always hide in the stealth forest. French players love stashing. No, 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 no. Just leave. Just leave. Ugh. It's minor. It's minor in the grand scheme of things, but here's the thing. You killed 6 Vils. Huge. We need to have a little bit more control to not chase under the TC. Because now your Uma Bannerman just took half health when it could have left here without losing any health along with its scout. So it's really important that you have your units on different hotkeys. So I would have done that. I would have done Spearman on 1. Okay. And so while I'm doing stuff at home, you're constantly checking 1, 2, TC. I put TC on the side of my mouse. 1, 2, TC, 1, 2, TC. Because you want to make sure you're not just throwing your units away and you're raiding. Saving this knight and the pressure it causes, he's going to feel unsafe having his villagers out here. And you can keep raiding. But like, that was just too much damage on your Uma Bannerman. But besides that's great. I would just send all these villas to this deer and the berries back here. You need to get to castle though. Like at this point, you've done a lot of damage. Your goal should be just getting to castle. I would have also put like 5 more vills on gold. Just had 9 on gold. And you want to get on the farms here, brother. Check the stealth forest. No! Always the stealth. It's either the corner or the stealth forest behind your base. It's oh, almost. That was a clever little wall. Just wall this part though. Upgrade the tower. It's really important to upgrade the tower. It gives it so much extra damage and it really hurts for the knights to push. Okay, so here's the problem. You ready? You have now all your villagers exposed because you're out of food. And you stopped making spears. That's why I said, if you're going to do this thing where you're sticking in feudal with Japan, you have to continuously make spears. You have to continuously make spears because now he has free range to run into your base and go kill the vills that he knows are on food. You have to continuously make vills and vills and spears. In fact, I would have dropped another barracks. I've been double producing spears because you need such a big mass of them if he starts massing knights like this. And this is what happens. This is what happens. French take advantage of poor macro because their knights are such a get out of jail free card. Oh my god, you are so lucky. A better French player recognizes that those are probably this, you know, you don't have enough spears for 5 knights and he just runs past this tower and goes right here and you are screwed. So you're very lucky. Please upgrade your tower. Please make more spears. You should have always like 2 to 3 spears queued. Okay, now we're trying to get to castle. Raiding again. He has 2 knights sitting there. Worth a shot. But you never notice he's still on the deer, my mans. More on gold. You want like 10 on gold. You also want to wall this. Smart from him. Repair, repair. Okay, you have 5 spears against 5 knights. They are injured. Go, go. Just poke the knights with the spears or run away. He's a scaredy cat. Don't chase, don't chase. Nice. Okay, speed up a little bit here. Voting gate. He doesn't have that many knights, so since you already have spears, you can do mass knights once you age up. Get on the farms, my man. Get on the farms. Get on the farms. Get on the farm so you're saving food, please. Every time a farm is made, put a food vill on. Or pull vills from the wood line on. Also at this point, you do want to get your double broadaxe, you want to get your Taiziaku, and drop a lumber mill next to the wood line because this is starting to get far, and you don't want to over chop here, so like put him back at the top here. Nice, archers, yeah, you gotta go knights. He pushed your food just now. Oh no, that's a lot of units. Food's gonna be a big problem. Yeah, you just have to rush the front berries. He's playing so passive. You're so lucky. He honestly has you. If he just dies of all those units, I'm pretty sure you die. No, don't do mass spears. So the reason I don't do mass spears is that if he has enough feudal archers, the feudal archers will kill castle spears. You have to do mass knights. Like the Onimusha and the spears are helping you at this moment. But feudal archers can fight spears. Feudal archers can do okay against Onimusha. You need just knights. Because you have the things that are countering his knights, and then your knights will counter his archers. You just gotta make knights too. Now the issue is food is a big problem. You're getting back on the food, which is great. But you need so much food right now. I would honestly pull a lot of my villas off wood onto food. Get on the farms, please. Royal Institute. Yep, Royal Institute. Second he ages up, if they have a lot of knights, you have to assume Royal Institute, which means they're going to go Royal Bloodlines. You need spears from Onimusha and knights right now, because this next push is going to be brutal. Good rewall. More knights. More knights. I wish you had put this in the stable. Oh my god. Now you're lucky that once again your opponent is not the best. Great raid down here. Yo, this raid is huge. What a big raid. I love the Onimusha raid onto the food. He's on his second gold. Always about the 14 to 16 minute mark is when they need to get on their next gold. You're really lucky. Your opponent either doesn't realize or he misclicked. He should have got royal bloodlines. Silly, silly guy. This does leave your base almost wide open, but you did leave your spear. So I'm glad you like raided with your fast unit, but I don't know if there's enough spears to hold. That's great. Keep raid. Go somewhere else. Do something crazy. Go to check golds. No, no, check golds. Run, run. Oh no. Don't lose the Onimushas. It's not worth it. Just run. So when he reacts like this, run. So here's the thing you have to keep in mind. You've done something really good, which is you've split his mass. He was pushing, and then you showed up with Musha, killed a bunch of vills, and then he's like crap, and now he's rallying here. If you then immediately just brought your Onimusha mass back, that means that if he pushes, you have a much bigger army to fight this with. But I'm worried because your macro is way off. You got to get houses down. You need more production. Yes, you have your shears on this, but you need at least one more of each production building. Because this is not enough units. You have 34. He has 44. And these are knights. And they're about to get in their castle knights at this point. It's just like the lack of spears and then not match with your own knights is gonna, I think, really bite you. Nice, nice. Exactly. See how well your knights did, especially with the buff? Like, you have one of the few knights that can kind of go toe-to-toe with French knights because of you take the initial hit for free, so you negate the charge. You can get better melee attack, and with the Uma Bannerman, they're then buffed even more. So, like, your knights are actually really legit. So lean into them whenever you can. Great relic grab. I like that. Now you're pushing with Cav. You gotta go gold food. Gold food. Look, gold food. Food. Like, French players, they might be adding farms at this point, but it's not enough to maintain their mats. They will just be on berries. They're gonna be on berries, gonna be on boar. Check food. He's on the boar. That's crazy. Oh, if you just went to food sources, you'd be destroying him right now. Don't fight under the... No, not under the keep. The keep. Oh, no, my brother. He's not going Arbitre. So you either need to add in mangoes, mass horsemen, or mass onabigashis. If you thinned his night mass and he's just doing mass arbs, onabigasha are good there. So is mangoes. But look, he's sitting under this keep. And then look where everything else is. Like, villagers wide open, villagers wide open, villagers wide open. And yes, you don't know they're there, hypothetically, but all you need to do is look at the scout and just ask yourself, okay, he's not on this gold anymore. Which one would he be at? This is the next closest one. He needs food. Where is the food at? Check berries, check food. Like, go raid those spaces. This is when you can win the game. If you do enough damage here, this is how you win the game. No, you ran right in front of the castle again. And the issue is now you're just throwing units away. So like instead of just taking your whole mass around and just raiding different parts, though you could also split off like a knight here, a knight there to patrol different areas. You just threw so much of your army away for not a lot of value. You're at 7140. He's at 5438. So your eco's still better. So as long as you're just good at consistently making units and attacking, that's fine. You need to delete this wall, get farms in here, and you need to be focusing on farms that are still in the range of the Daimo, because that's your main getter. Oh, put the relics in, my man. That's not good. They're royal bloodline knights. Those are thick. So when they get to royal bloodline, you gotta make counters, you gotta make Musha, you gotta make spears, because they're just so tanky. Look at the health. They're at 310 health. You really love raiding under keeps, don't you? He's on so many of the resources that aren't protected by keeps. Bringing the spearmen up. Gonna drop some siege or something. This is when Japan does get difficult, when they're dropping keeps and you can't drop keeps. Yeah, and he has all these art. You separated. You get them, but you lost all your spears for it. So like, was that worth it? Was it worth getting these vills, lose all your spears? Because here's the thing, your vill lead is now crazy high, but his army is pretty big. And you're now getting the mangonel counter, which is great, but boy, do you need more units. Bad. Because my feeling is what's going to happen is eventually she's going to get a mass so strong you can't kill it. That's my prediction. You're adding more production, which is good. You're still not on all your farms. You built too many farms, but not without enough villagers. These knights are healing up. It's 20 knights. So here's what I think about it. He's at 20 knights. You have 10 spearmen. You would need 3 to 4 spearmen per knight to win that. You only have 13 on a Musha, who are each doing 21 a shot, which is okay, but they're negating 6, so they're actually doing 15. And that entire time, he has counters to your units in his ranged mass. These knights are not going to die unless you have way more counter. He's added a second TC, which is smart. No, you need way more units, my man. You also need like 2 to 3 mangonels to really put a dent in his ranged. I like the upgrades. It's just not enough units. It's so many knights. Yep. Yeah, this is just the French strategy right now. Like, this is the go-to French move, and there's a reason, because it's really, really good. All they do is, even if they're losing vills, they just keep maintaining their knight mass. The key thing he did was that he actively avoided not throwing his knights away, let them heal up, and kept taking good fights. So he wasn't losing knights, but you're losing units. So even though you're killing vills, eventually he gets a critical mass of knights where it's just hard to kill them all. Like, he had what, like 20 when he engaged. He still has 6. And he still has most of his range mass, and you lost everything. And now you're trying to remake, but boy, like, you just have to have so many units, and you have to take better fights and not lose your raiding units. You kept losing your units in raids. Yes, you did a lot of damage, but you know, he's gonna drop at second TC. He's at 82 vills. You're at 91. Let's check the numbers here. You've killed 35 vills. He just dropped to second TC. So this tells me that, 1, you have been forgetting to make vills. Potentially, because you should be farther ahead. You also at any point could have dropped a second TC with all the stone you're gathering, which would have been really big for your eco. And you're not as ahead as you think, is what ended up happening, even though you killed so many vills. So, against French, getting a castle is really key, and doing a lot of damage in the early castle is really key. Adding more TCs is really helpful, but you gotta have a little bit better control of your raiding, and you gotta be better about securing space early to get resources if you're gonna play this like longer feudal style. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or feedback, and good luck on your games.